Welcome to Database Management System. I am Dhanalakshmi, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Kurnool. Today I am going to discuss about the Database Management System. Whenever we are going to discuss about this Database Management System, first of all we have to know what is the data and what is the database, and next what is the Database Management System. Let's come to the introduction to the database management system. First of all, what is the data? Data is nothing but facts and statistics that are collected together for references or analysis. So in this slide, we gave the data for the data, any fact that can be recorded, for example, text, numbers, alphanumeric, audio, video, and image. Coming to the database, what is meant by the database? It is a collection of interrelated data. So, it is a organized collection of structured information. It is typically stored electronically in a computer system. So, some types of databases are there. Those are the traditional database, multimedia database, geographic information system database, that is also sometimes called as a GIS, and real-time database, and last one is the data warehouse. Data warehouse means it is a huge volume of historical data. Let's come to the database management system definition. It is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data. It helps us to store the database information and retrieve the database information in a convenient manner or efficient manner. Next, coming to the some of the DBMS softwares are there. Those are the Microsoft Access, Oracle, and Structured Query Language Server, MySQL Database 2, etc. MS Excel, it does possess the data management capabilities. It is not a pure database management system. And coming to the languages, some of the languages are used by the DBMS softwares. Those languages are the SQL, PL, SQL. SQL means it is a full form of Structured Query Language, and the updated language is MySQL. And coming to the applications, some of the applications are using the databases. For example, banking, airline, and retail, manufacturing systems, and telecommunication systems, and last one is the universities. So one last one, database management system, it allows the users the following tasks. Those are the data definition, and second one is the data updation, and third one data retrieval, and fourth one is the user administration. Coming to the data definition. Data definition means why it is used for data definition means it is used for the creating the data, for example modifying the data, and it is a removal of definition that defines the organization of data in the database. Coming to the data updation. Data updation is nothing but why it is used for. It is used for means insertion or modification, and next deletion of the actual data in the database. Coming to the data retrieval. It is used to retrieve the data. From the database, which can be used by the applications for various purposes. Coming to the user administration. In user administration also, DBMS allows some of the users. Those means why it is user administration means for registering and monitoring users, what they are doing and what they are seeing the results, monitoring users. It maintains the two data integrity, enforcing data security, dealing with concurrency control, and monitoring performance, and recovering information corrupted by the unexpected failure. In sometimes failures will come. Next, database management system versus file processing system. Because there are so many drawbacks in using the file system. So some of them mentioned in this concept. Those are the first one, data redundancy and inconsistency, and second one is the difficulty in accessing data. Whenever we are accessing the data, some of the times difficulty will come. Next one, data isolation. Data isolation is nothing but it is a collection of multiple files and formats. And next one, integrity problems. It is enforcing the consistency constraints, atomicity of updates, and next, concurrent access by multiple users. Next, security problems. Next one, DBMS architecture. So database architecture is nothing but, first of all, database management system design, it depends upon its architecture. So the basic client server architecture is used to deal with a large number of PCs, web servers, database servers, and other components that are connected via network. The client server architecture consists of many PCs and a workstation which are connected via the network. Connected by the network. Next. So this database management system architecture depends upon how the users are connected to the database to get their request done. So database architecture, it can be seen as either single tier, it can be seen as either single tier architecture or two tier architecture, and third one is the three tier architecture. But logically, database architecture is of two types, like two-tier architecture, and third one is the three-tier architecture. Coming to the one-tier architecture. One-tier architecture is nothing but here database is directly available to the user. Single-tier architecture is nothing but, so the database is directly available to the user. It means the user can directly sit on the database management system and it uses it. For example, any change is done here, it will directly be done on the database itself. It doesn't provide any handy tool for end users. The one-tier architecture is used for the development of local applications. For developing the local applications, we are using the single-tier architecture, where programmers can directly communicate with the database for the quick response. Let's come to the two-tier architecture. What is two-tier architecture? So it is the same as a basic client server architecture. In this two-tier architecture, applications on the client end can directly communicate with the database at the server. The user interfaces and applications run on the user interfaces and application programs are run on the client side. The server side is responsible to provide the functionalities like query processing or transaction management. To communicate with the database management system, client-side application establishes a connection with the server side. Let's move to the three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture, it contains the another layer. It contains the another layer between the client and server. In this architecture, client can't directly communicate with the server. The application on the client end interacts with an application server, which further communicates with the database management system. See here, the application on the client end interacts with an application server, which further communicates with the database systems. End user, here end user has no idea. In this three-tier architecture, the user has no idea about the existence of the database beyond the application server. The database also has no idea about any other user beyond the application. The three-tier architecture is used in case of large web applications. Large web applications. So the three-tier architecture is used in case of large web applications. Whenever we are going to develop large web applications, at that time we will use the three-tier architecture. Next, coming to the views. Views is nothing but it is also a part of the database. So that is visible to a particular user. For example, in a banking system or a retail or telecommunication system, the person who checks the account debits or credits of a customer, debits of a customer is not granted access to the payroll system. The account, depositor and borrower tables are his view. it is differ from person to person. The authorization of access is granted by the database administrator. Here DBA is nothing but database administrator.